Welcome back, guys. Alex here with another video, and happy new year to all my subscribers. I hope you're well. It's been a while, and you know what, I thought I'd do a video because I'm going to pick up a very special game today. It's a game that I remember back in the day when it first came out into the arcades. I remember 4 of them actually in a row. I was absolutely blown away when I was a kid seeing this game and playing this game, and I couldn't believe the sound in the game was actually incredible. I've actually owned this game once before, many years ago. It's a favourite of mine. I don't know why I sold it back then, but I actually imported it from America about 10 years ago from Oklahoma in America, in like an old ice cream van. It's incredible, with a load of old motorcycle parts. But yeah, I'm really excited. This one's a different version of the game, a different cabinet of the game. But I'm really looking forward to picking this up and meeting this guy, because I've never met this guy before. He's been in the hobby a while as well. His name is Richie May. He's got a few arcade machines. We'll maybe have a look around, see what he's got. Maybe make a little video out of it. So without further ado, guys, let's get on the road and go and pick up this new arcade machine. Come on, Richie.
Go on, mate.
Here we are. We're at Richie's storage container. Come to pick up a lovely little arcade machine for myself.
You're going to announce what it is, or you're going to reveal?
We're going to reveal. We're going to work around. We're going to do a little game room tour of your storage unit.
Fine. Storage / game room.
How long you been in the hobby, Rich?
I've been collecting for about 3 or 4 years, but I've been into arcade gaming for much longer.
Yeah,
in fact, my uncle was an operator.
It's a silly question, really, because we've all been in. If we're arcade collectors, we've been in it since they were released,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
So we're all gamers from back in the day.
Yeah.
Just never stopped. But now we have the space and the money to actually buy them.
That's right. My uncle was an operator in Leamington Spa, so I grew up playing Bagman on a Tato cocktail table, and that was my childhood. Still really good at Bagman.
I love Bagman.
I love it too.
It's fucking rock hard.
I've got a surprise for you in here. And I grew up playing that, and I grew up playing Commodore 64, and I did that until the death, because I couldn't afford an Amiga.
Right.
So
right.
Yeah,
okay. Well, let's have a look. I'm getting a little glimpse of a classic
I'm gonna let you go in first, Al.
Asteroids Deluxe. What a fantastic game that is.
Non-working at the moment.
Non-working.
Yeah.
That's quite rare to find a little cabaret version, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Sweet.
I think it genuinely is just a few.
Yeah, more people are wanting these, because obviously in the UK we don't have, well, space is a premium, right?
It's a beautiful cab.
Yeah, look at it.
That came in from Daryl DNS over in on the East Coast.
So is he a UK seller? Is he?
No, American.
American,
Yeah,
right?
he
Okay.
does, on his Facebook page, there's
Right.
amazing restorations.
I see them. And this Karate Champ, this is unusual. And the Dino King, I'm not a big fan of Dino Kings, but this is unbelievable,
Yeah.
isn't it? What a fantastic job.
Automotive body shop finish.
Who did this, do you know?
Patrick, second name escapes me.
Right.
Patrick.
That's absolutely stunning. Rock hard game,
Yeah.
but a classic from back in the day. Obviously he loved the game, did he? He must have done to
But
make
the
one.
thing about Karate Champ, mate, is I think it's more fun with 2 players.
Yes.
You ain't got much choice with this
No.
one.
You're a loner.
So I
on that
had
one.
it in the house for a couple of weeks, and it was just rock hard, and I couldn't.
Yeah, couldn't get on with
It
it.
was back in the storage.
Just got to move
the
on.
storage arcades. I've got power here, so
Yeah, I think I've learnt that through so many games I've sold over the years. Just keep the ones that you love playing, you go back to.
Yeah.
But I do still love to pick up the oddity.
Yeah.
Just because if it's cheap and it looks cool, yeah, we're going to get round. What the hell? The Muppet Show, right? That is an oddity. Wow, so this is cool, mate. So we've got Chase HQ here. It's a classic game. It's Electrocoin
Nice
cabs, isn't
narrow
it?
Electrocoin MIDI.
I want a driver for my arcade. I really do. I'm thinking about a Sega Hang-On.
Well, when we've done this, I'll show you around the extra storage room, and you can have a
look.
Yeah, can have a look there. Cool. I like a Hang-On. Amazing soundtrack.
Yeah.
Beautiful soundtrack.
Yeah, because I used to love bikes back in the day. I used to ride bikes all the time.
I've seen on your, you've mentioned that a few times.
I mean, I do like the drivers, but I think a motorbike game would suit me.
Sit down though.
Sit down. Well, I don't know. We're moving this year.
Okay.
This is why I've been doing so many videos, and I'm sort of itching to go and plan my arcade and sort of get the games together before I go if they come up.
Well, the thing about gaming, isn't it, and arcade games in particular, it's like a game of room Tetris,
yes,
or one of those sliding block puzzles. Where I mean, at home I've got an office maybe 2/3 the size of this, but obviously I've got my desk, I've got my bookshelf, I've got my toy collection,
yes,
and I've got a pinball, and I've managed to squeeze in a Robotron Cabaret, a Stargate Cabaret, and a Star Wars, and my Tron pinball. Wow, and that's maxed out.
So what's your plan in going forward? I mean, or do you just like have them in storage and think like I'll just swap them round?
I had so much stuff in storage that I couldn't get to because it was stored back to back.
Yeah.
And you look at Paul Podtastic's.
Yeah, I know Paul, lovely guy.
Unit.
Lovely guy.
Only spoken to him over text message, and yeah, lovely guy.
Yeah.
And I saw an article that a storage company had put up. It's like our star storer.
Yeah.
Our meet arcade game.
Yeah,
Paul.
yeah, yeah.
But he's got all these. It looks to be he's got all this stuff in storage, and he probably can't get to it to play it. And I specifically thought I am actually planning a game room at home.
Yeah.
If we get planning permission, that'll be news to anybody who watches this who I don't want to. Anyway,
storage
not family,
unit.
by the way. I'm thinking more.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the meantime, you never stop seeing and wanting and buying and collecting and trading and selling things off to you trade up to whatever. But I thought if it's going to go in storage and it's going to go somewhere, I needed it to go somewhere cheaper. So I came up the M1 from London.
So you're based in London, then, are you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm near Golders Green.
Oh, Golders Green, blimey, you're right in the centre, aren't you?
Well, north centre.
Yeah.
But yeah, so storage around there is just so expensive. So I come up to this new place up here. They've just opened it, and I can, for like half the price, I can rent a room and still have like an aisle to work on games.
That's awesome.
No, crucially, right?
Is there electricity in here then?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it's around the corner, but we have to run the cable out.
And they don't mind that.
So we can fire up your
fantastic
purchase.
Yes. Well, it's awesome, mate. You've got yourself an arcade. You just need some posters. Get some posters up here and some neons.
What's the point in storing it if you
can't play it?
It's going to be there for God knows how long.
Exactly.
So if I can't nip up here for like 5 minutes on the way to wherever, another game of Black Widow, what's the point, right?
I'm thinking that actually, even if I didn't have room for all the games that I want, I think I probably will go down the storage route and just swap them around when I want to, because I regret selling so many. I've had so many over 10 years.
But it's man maths as well, and you kind of like in your head, despite what your overall family or family budget is, let's call it, or the sum total of your assets, you still kind of set yourself a specific budget for your hobby, don't you?
Yeah.
And if you kind of exceed that, even if technically you can afford it, it feels better to sell something off to like balance the books.
Yeah, well, I started getting into console games to sort of scratch that itch of collecting. I'm a collector, and I thought, well, this is all the room I've got, and I've never had much space, and I've always rented. Things are going to be different going forward, and now I'm going to actually have my space. I'm thinking, right, I'm going to sell the console collection off and start getting back into what I really do love, which is the arcade stuff. So hence why I'm here. And this is an awesome lineup, dude. It really is.
So this has it's got track and field and the hypersports.
Oh, has it?
With a switch. I've not actually turned this on yet, and I've not taken the back door off. But this came in via TNT. So Todd and his guys did this, and they hooked up a hyper and a track and field.
That's a grail cab for most people, isn't it? I know.
One I want for
it's a great party game as well. I know my mate Dave, Retro Dave's got one. He absolutely loves it.
No, it's brilliant. It's social gaming at its best. Right? This is what it's all about.
That control panel, guys.
Except it's just me who comes up here. So.
Well, ring me up. I'll come down. I'll come down and give you a go. I'm not very good at it, but Pac-Man, little cabaret. God, this just brings memories of John Studley, because I was there when he got his first Perfect Pac-Man at Margate.
Right, okay, wow.
And I remember how excited he was, and I was like, what? I've got the Perfect Pac-Man, and it was on one of these particular machines.
It was, which is now at Arcade Club.
Oh, is it?
He sold it to
Oh,
Andy at
okay.
Arcade Club. Yep, yep.
Yeah, I suppose you're fed up with it by then, aren't you?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
But I saw it at Arcade Club, and
Yeah.
that's what made me. I mean, I love Pac-Man.
Yeah. Do you know, I was never a big fan of Pac-Man back in
Pac-Man
the day.
Fast Mode. That's what you need.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pac-Man slow, forget it. I was at Free Play Florida this year with Tony. Tony
Temple.
I nearly forgot his second name.
Yeah.
I speak to him all the time.
Yeah, lovely guy.
Yeah, we were hanging around with the infamous Billy Mitchell.
Oh, was you? Yeah, I met Billy.
He was doing a Kong run.
Was he?
Kind of absent-mindedly. Like,
He's been getting some...
sign this? Okay. We sign this. Yeah.
He does it all the time, doesn't he? He's good like that with the fans. He'd just say hello to everyone.
He is.
Because I went out and did the Sky Skipper thing with him, didn't I? And
oh, yeah.
Met Walter Day and all of that.
It was amazing how many people who clearly were not going to the retro gaming conference, if you were to Free Play Florida, sort of knew who he was.
Yeah.
We were sat. People recognised him.
Yeah.
And they definitely weren't going there.
Right. Okay.
And it was something to behold.
Yeah. Does he get a lot of stick though now? Then after what he did,
well,
or do you think he's kind of proven himself again? That...
Listen, Billy Mitchell, to my eyes, is a top-notch Donkey Kong player.
He is
a top-notch Pac-Man player. I've not seen
Full
him play
stop.
anything else.
Yeah.
He is, and regardless of what happened, and there's no point in getting into the ins and outs of all that. I mean, people have talked about that ad infinitum.
Yeah.
But in person, I would say that he's very much in character.
Yeah.
In person.
Yeah.
But I had no problem with him. I got along with him. I enjoyed his sense of humour.
Yeah, I did. Well, I sat and
after
the Sky Skipper reveal, we all sat down and had a meal together, and it was just non-stop gaming talk. He lives, breathes it, and shits it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He absolutely loves it.
I mean, the whole the whole MAME controversy is what it is. I think it's inarguable, and I wouldn't want to argue the point.
Yeah,
but
it
was fun to be around. It was a force of nature.
Yeah, I always sometimes think whether he does it on purpose to create that kind of evilness that gaming world needs.
This is
a demon.
This is the thing. Regardless of anything, he is essentially a bit of a cartoon villain.
He is,
and I mean that in the best
caricature
possible way.
of himself.
Yeah,
in a way,
and I mean
isn't
that
he?
in the best possible way. It's
exactly.
not a slight by any means.
No.
So and interestingly, he did a Kong run at Free Play Arlington.
Yeah.
And those guys, they do a good podcast actually.
Do they?
The Free Play Arcade in Texas. I think it's Texas.
You've been over there a few times, then, have you?
I have family in Miami, so I go down to Arcade Odyssey.
Oh, lucky you.
Rick Medina's place. And I went with Tony to the American Classic Arcade Museum.
Oh, wow.
I'm
jealous already.
Leafy, Northern America. I can't remember.
Yeah.
It escapes me. So maybe you can swing it one year.
Oh, definitely. I'd like to do that. Yeah. I need to go.
So we all have one thing in common, don't we?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Tempest, man.
Yeah.
That's a cab for me this year. I really want one.
Well,
show me one.
You should try and get yourself one.
Yeah, I do. I really want one.
But not with orange tea moulding. So if it's got orange tea moulding, you should. I'd skip it if I were you, mate. While you going around, I'm gonna get the plug in.
Okay. Yeah, I love Tempest. Such an awesome game. I've been playing it on the Vectrix. I've got a Vec Fever cart.
Yeah.
And I love it. But the screen's just that little bit too small. It needs to be a bigger screen,
yeah,
really.
You do. And this has got the full size. It's got the same size screen as
the upright, the full upright. Yeah.
Right. Don't trip over yourself.
But it didn't come with that side art. That's an addition, isn't it?
That is an addition.
Yeah.
I believe it was supplied by Atari.
Oh, okay.
But I think most operators just couldn't be asked to put it on.
Right. Okay.
Why would they? Right?
Yeah.
You know, if it's like it's in a bright.
Why not put it on? Right. It's a cool piece of artwork.
Yeah.
You know.
I got that from actually. The artwork.
So do you prefer the cabaret then over the full upright? Or
I mean, the full upright's a classic cab, isn't it? Classic. But just for space reasons, space.
Yeah.
I mean, it's big enough and it
does the same job,
it's
right?
It's just as deep.
Yeah.
You know?
Man, you've got a classic lineup here. Black Widow's another one I want.
I love that goddamn.
I love twin stick shooters.
Yeah, same.
I love twin stick shooters.
Two of my favourite.
Yeah, and Rescue, man. You've got to play Rescue. That's a cool one. Love this cabinet. Look at this, guys. Classic Atari cabinet. Twin stick shooter. If you haven't played this.
It's got the original leaf sticks in there. So nobody's micro switched it up.
Yeah. I love Black Widow.
So a few of these cabs have come through TNT.
Right.
And a few of them I've just brought in directly.
So you're using your own shipping company, or?
Well,
because I'm using Ollie's one. I can get a cab over to the UK in a month for about just under 500 quid.
Yeah, I used Ollie's contact. That's his sister-in-law.
Yeah.
That was good.
It was good, yeah.
Actually, I mean, I had a bunch of cabs at Coin-Up, which were due in on RGP's Retro Game Parties container.
Yeah.
But I think he had a few delays and I needed them over here for a venue.
Yeah.
So I got in contact with Ollie's
Right.
sister-in-law and she got them over here quick shot.
Yeah.
And it didn't cost the
Much
earth.
more.
And
No.
it's one of those things, isn't it? I mean, as soon as it's a small community, I think somebody mentioned somebody else that I was shipping some cabs over, and all of a sudden I've got people going, "Oh, can I join you?" I'm like, contact the shipping company.
Yeah,
and if
deal with
we're
it.
sharing a container, that's not, because I was going to bring them directly,
Right.
because I don't want to kind of be the bad guy that
Yeah, I've
things.
I've had all that as well. People asking me, how do you ship them over? I said, well, just sort it out yourself, like I've had to do.
You've got James Brindle doing his service.
Yeah.
And I brought games in with James before. You've got Andy, Arcade Club, doing his service with Ken.
Yeah.
Over in Maryland. You've got Ollie's contact.
Yeah.
So that's a professional. I'm not saying the other guys don't do it professionally, but they're that's a full logistics company.
Exactly. They do arcades, do they?
You've also got from Coin-Up. You've got Coin-Up. Oh Christ, Coin-Up King.
Right.
Over here, who I've spoken to tentatively about bringing some stuff over from Coin-Up because TNT are close to Coin-Up.
Yeah.
So the logistics. If I'm going to bring something direct, I can probably take it to Ken. Ken will charge his outside cab fee.
Right.
Because obviously Ken's thing is picking cabs.
Yeah.
He's got to make his cut on top, obviously, and then he ships them on. But you know, I have to have minty cabs.
Yeah.
I don't have the time to restore stuff.
No.
Every now and then, you kind of want to get into it.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind if it's up the road.
Yeah.
You know, and it's 200-300 quid and it needs a bit of work. I don't mind it. If it's coming from America.
Do you ever get around to it though?
What, restoring? I do
stuff.
actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done my Astra Blaster recently.
Okay.
I've done a Donkey Kong 3. I did the Sky Skipper. I've done loads of.
Of course you have.
I've done loads of Nintendo cocktails. So I do enjoy that side. I'm not very good with the electrical side of it, but I love.
Neither am I.
Which
is why I like Todd to kind of go through them.
The whole lot and get them working.
Recap the monitor chassis, go through the board.
Yeah.
Sometimes install, like with the Mad Planets here.
Yeah.
The Gottlieb FPGA board. And actually, I won't be able to get this running at the moment. But the Gottlieb FPGA Milestar board with Mad Planets, Cubert's cubes.
Yes,
which
I know Vic's got it.
Krull. I don't think you can play Krull on this. It needs twin sticks.
This is a fantastic game you've got here.
Love a Mad Planets.
Where the hell did you find this?
This was in California.
Wow.
I've actually got another Mad Planets coming in soon, which is, and this is all original.
Which you're going to give to me, right?
Yeah, maybe. So this is formerly a Cubert.
Right,
which is fine. I mean, it's exactly the same shape cab. Maybe in the factory they switched a few Cuberts over to Mad Planets. Very unlikely. Mad Planets was a very low production run. So it's not
all original.
It's not of the original Mad Planets run.
Doesn't matter.
But it's got the original boards inside.
Yeah, doesn't matter to me. Yeah, these sticks are hard to find, aren't they? I love it, mate.
Yeah,
I'll buy it off you.
It's not got any. I'm not going to say anything. It may well be spoken for, but it might be actually 2 days too late.
Okay. Jump bug. Man, I remember John restoring this.
John's Arcade?
Yeah, do you remember?
Yes, I do. I watch a lot of John's Arcade, and he's not posted anything for a long time.
No, he's got burnt out, bless him.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
Do you know him?
Yeah, I did. Well, he came over the Sky Skipper project, didn't he? And he actually stayed at my house.
Did he?
And we went up to London and hanged out in Soho.
Nice.
Yeah. I took him up to Soho.
I love. Did you really?
Yeah.
Okay. What part of Soho?
The gay part.
Say no more.
It was a mistake, honestly. He said, "What are you bringing me here for?" I said, "You know what, John? I don't know. We're just here. I just enjoy it." Okay.
What are you trying to say? I think I love his videos, but I do. He does his video game outside his podcast.
Yes, which I listen to. Yeah,
it's great.
I love it. I love his enthusiasm and his energy. He's great.
Yeah.
He's a top guy.
Has he still got all these machines?
Yeah, I think he's sort of, because he's got his hands in so many pies. He's into his music, isn't he, as well? He's a skateboarder, he does so many things, and he's got family.
Kill screens, isn't it?
Yeah, so I mean, I think half his games from now is like a studio, as well as an arcade.
And he runs it. He's got his own arcade as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, to be honest with you, how many games can you keep restoring like that just for YouTube? Yeah, exactly. You couldn't go on like that.
The last videos I saw were him wrestling with a paperboy.
Yeah.
And I think he did 5 videos trying to figure out.
He's had enough.
And he was just like,
yeah.
It looked like it beat him.
Yeah. No, he's a top guy. We all love John.
Yeah.
And this is a lovely game. You don't see these in the UK at all, do you?
No. This was restored, I believe, by John's friend. I hate all these forms.
John's.
Well, John's.
Joe Senegalia?
No, a guy who goes by the handle Fetish Boy with a PH. On and he's in John's videos. He's the guy who never smiles in John's videos. But
I know who you're talking about. He used to do the podcast with Sean.
Oh, I don't know.
Is it Sean? Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, Sean.
Maybe Sean. Maybe
so
Sean.
This was Sean's old cab, was it?
I believe so.
Oh wow.
I may be wrong. I forget. I think
he was a proud. I thought he was a proud owner of Jump Bike.
He's got a few little Cola cabs.
Yeah.
Well, after John's Arcade did sort of like the price of these things.
Yeah.
And everybody suddenly wanted a Jump Bike because it's on John's Arcade.
I know. Yeah. Same with my Sheriff. Everyone wanted a Sheriff.
Yeah.
After I just pumped out so many videos. But there was no videos on Sheriff on YouTube.
Who had a cocktail Sheriff recently that was on UK back?
John Clayton, was it?
And I slept on it, which is stupid because if you want...
Oh, I know. Was it the Taito version?
Yes.
Yeah, that was my friend Chris, CMP.
Minty mint Taito.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really nice.
But it wasn't an original Nintendo one. It was kind of like a bootleg thing.
Fine. Okay.
But still played exactly the same.
Plays the same, yeah.
And rare as hell.
So, Alex.
So yeah, how is this?
Where do I find a control panel overlay for a Moppet Video Leprechaun? This is Pot of Gold, the kiddie version. This is Pot of Gold, the kiddie version. So if you've ever played Pot of Gold in the arcade,
I've never heard of it. I've never seen it.
Well, it's really obscure, and it's these obviously were designed for kids to play. So I guess Pizza Time. What's it called? What was it before Chuck E. Cheese? What did Darren Bushnell call it? Pizza Time Theatre Company.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's some kind of like crossover and association.
So what's the game like then? What is it?
I've not turned it on for a long time. I played it at ACAN in New Hampshire, and you are, if I remember rightly, a little leprechaun, and you're running. Oh no, you're escaping from a leprechaun, and he's chasing you around, and it bizarrely reminded me of Food Fight. Right. But it's probably nothing like that, so don't...
Yeah, Food Fight's an excellent game.
Yeah, I love Food Fight. And somebody's going to watch that and go like, what the fuck, what is he talking about? It's just, you just run around the screen avoiding
you've got to love it, actually.
At some point I won't turn it on. I think the monitor's collapsed, so I need to look at that.
Yeah, turn it into a Street Fighter or a Bullet Hell.
Yeah, sure. Ikaruga, right? There's going to be an Ikaruga.
Oh, Popeye.
Popeye.
As Alpha calls it, Poopeye.
I love this game.
Do you?
I love Popeye.
I had a Popeye for a while, and obviously it's got a lot of connection with Sky Skipper and stuff.
Look at the cab. I mean, the cab is...
the cab. All of the Nintendo cabs are beautiful.
I love the game itself.
So good for you. I had it for a couple of years and reached a point where the difficulty level just got so hard.
Well,
I
ain't got that far. So.
No.
10 pence. I'm not listening to the 10 pence arcade podcast, but Retro Asylum did a special episode dedicated to Popeye around the same time that 10 pence arcade did one.
Yeah.
And it was good to listen to those guys going through the game.
Yeah, the NES version is actually easier.
Is that right?
I don't know if it's better, but it's a lot easier. You've got a ladder in the middle of the screen, which makes things a lot easier.
That's cheating, mate. That's cheating.
Yeah. It's a great game. It's a good game. I don't know. I just think the difficulty level just ramps up too fast, too quickly.
Sure.
And you just hit a brick wall with it, you know.
Well, I mean, like I'm not good at hitting brick walls, mate. I'm not that good at gamer.
I hit them every day.
You do it for a living, don't you?
I do. Yeah. Uh-huh. Challenger.
Yeah.
I don't even know about this game.
I don't think I'll ever sell this cab.
No. So tell me, what's the history of this one then?
I forget names, man. But I got it from a lovely guy down here in England. And he obviously imported it at some point. I don't know anything about the game itself apart from playing it.
Right. And what does it play like?
Well, it's a bit like an old BBC game.
Oh, is it?
So
what, Galaxians?
No, it's like you can be in the bottom and the top of the screen.
Yeah.
and so you press warp and you I
Hard to explain.
It's so long since I've switched it on.
Does it work?
Yeah, it works, but it's all like
right.
sealed up at the back.
Oh, okay.
And not to say we can't get something going. If I remember right, you play like a little walker or something, and you kind of you're firing up at asteroids, and then you know what, I'm doing a really terrible job.
That's all right.
So if anybody wants
check
to know
it out on main, guys. Challenger, but look at the cabinet. It's a fantastic looking cabinet, which you don't see in many of these at all, do you?
Century cabs are they last a long time.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of these in still great condition.
Yeah.
They're solid.
And what's this?
Golf,
this is mine now. Yeah. This is what I'm here for.
Yeah.
This is what I've just picked up.
Assuming you're happy with it, I mean, there's no...
Oh, mate, yeah, the pictures and everything. Yeah, move the sack truck out of the way. I saw one of these at Poptastic's place.
This is an amazing game.
And, yeah, Henry the Hoover.
Henry the Hoover, yeah. Nintendo Hoover. Sorry, go on.
He had a cabaret version of Gorf, and I fell in love with it there. I didn't even know there was a cabaret version of Gorf. Yeah. It's so cool.
I first saw one in Miami about 5 years ago at an old marketplace / like a flea market / arcade place. I can't remember the name of the place now. In terrible shape, and it was obviously nobody wanted it, but they wouldn't sell it. And it was the kind of place where they thought it was worth like $5,000 or whatever. But it's such a beautiful cab.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, you've got the instructions worn off.
Yeah. Well,
that didn't for me.
Yeah.
In all honesty,
doesn't matter.
that adds that. I know it's a cheesy thing to say when you're selling something, but for me, as a keeper,
I don't. Well, I will probably get a new screen printed one. Right. But the thing I love about this is it matches my Wizard of War. The Wizard of War has this aluminium control panel. I love the upright. It's illuminated, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm obviously still thinking about getting an upright, full upright as well.
This is not illuminated.
No, this is not, but on the upright version it is.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Sorry.
But this one matches my Wizard of War because that's not illuminated. It's just this kind of, it's beautiful.
I personally like all of it. Genuinely like all the patina. I kind of like a solid, well restored cab, but if you're going to leave something original.
Oh, definitely, mate, definitely. I love it.
So we can plug this in before you ship it out. Not a problem. And as you know, the stick doesn't go left.
Doesn't go left.
I haven't even opened it up.
No, that's fine. I've got someone on that already. He's coming around Saturday. My good friend Dave's going to have a look at it. He's got Gorf.
Cool.
So I'm really chuffed with that. Star Castle. Which
was working when it left. I have not plugged it in because bless the girls here at the storage unit. When the truck arrived and I was late, they I think the driver was going to fork all the stuff off. Forklift all the stuff off, and they weren't on crates, and the girls laid them back onto crates to forklift them off. But I think this had some loose stuff inside.
Right.
And I don't even want to. I haven't got the heart to open the back up.
Right.
Yet.
Okay.
And just it might be all right. But it's a Cinematronic Star Castle. It probably won't be all right.
It's quite rare. I think it's the first time I've ever seen one.
They are apparently so hard to keep going.
Really.
And I've got like a wealth of printed material about the guys out there who kind of specialise in this kind of stuff, and they say it's real.
It's Vector, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's the same game as on the Vectrex, isn't it? You could always put a Vectrex in there.
I like my Vectrex.
Yeah, that's awesome, mate. I've never seen one before.
Yeah, lovely cab.
So cool. And Bagman. Now, actually, someone did have one of these at the Cambridge Computer Museum last year. Can't remember his name now.
I've not been to that.
I love the game. For me, there's a lot of nostalgia for me. I had this in the joke shop in Twickenham.
Oh, okay.
I loved it.
So you had a similar.
Yeah, I loved it. It is hard, but I still love it.
When you're a kid and you're doing your drawings, and my brother and I used to do kind of battle scenes. We have reams and reams of printer paper that my mum used to bring home from work. I mean, it was all you concertina it out, and I used to start at one end, and he used to start at the other, and you draw your forces coming in to fight, and we don't, we do like cutaway, underground scenes, and it's essentially similar kind of. It's like playing one of those. So in my mind, it kind of it's got that kind of a feel.
Yeah, Stern. Well, I think it was a French company, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe
Stern
so.
made the cabinet,
and it's unnecessarily hard.
Yes,
but it's. I
love it.
It's great.
Look at that
platform puzzle.
Comic
it's a very unfair game. Unless you game it.
Most arcade games are, though, aren't they?
Well, it's designed to...
Take your money and run.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at that little comet strip down the side. So cool. I love Bagman. 1983.
Yep.
Fantastic get, mate, that is. Really, really cool. I actually found a control panel once. Oh, was it? No, it was a marquee. And I gave it to the guy who had the one at the Cambridge Computer Museum. Yeah, loved it. We've got an Egret 2 here.
That's leaving soon.
Is it?
Yeah.
Going to a new home?
Yeah, a very good home. Assuming he wants it when he turns up and looks at it, hopefully.
Good condition, isn't it? You're not into the more modern stuff? You don't mind?
I am, but I've got a Capcom Mini Cute coming in soon.
Right, oh, they're lovely.
And that's going to be obviously far more compact, and I'll have room for that.
You didn't import that from Japan, did you?
It was imported by Japanorama guy.
Oh, wow.
What's his name? Again, I'm not good at names, I forget names.
Yeah.
But that's coming over soon with
That's
Martin.
cool.
So that'll be my jammer cab.
Right, okay. They're small though, mate. You're quite tall. You're the same height as me.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
You have to chop your legs off.
But my room's small.
Is it?
This is a Swords of Fury. It's one of my favourite pins. System 11 era Williams.
Okay. Don't know it. Not so much into the pins, but
it's so evocative of that era. So you got your Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh right.
80s. It's like the 80s.
I love Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, mate, the soundtrack is phenomenal.
What's it called?
Swords of Fury.
Swords of Fury. I'll check it out.
It's something else. It's a pinball machine for life.
It's Dungeons and Dragons themed.
Yeah, it's not official, but it's of that era when that stuff was really
I'll probably
popular.
dig it then. I'll dig it.
It's amazing, man. You've got to check that out on YouTube. Seriously.
Oh, this is awesome, mate. What a fantastic lineup. It really is. Really, really cool. This always reminds me out of Shining in here.
So many keys. I'm like a jailer with all these keys.
Best place for them, though, isn't it?
Are you filming?
I am filming. You're a star.
Hide the combo. It's 1, 2, 3.
I said to Ollie, he'd never make a good actor. He's too tall. You've got to be tiny like Tom Cruise.
I've not actually met Ollie in person, but I've chatted with him a lot.
He's about 12 foot tall.
He does look, he's a big lad, isn't he? He looks a big lad. He looks like a gentle giant.
He's a gentle giant. He's a top guy.
And a nice guy.
Knows his stuff.
Conversations, yeah, of course he does, yeah. He's got an ice cold beer that I want.
Oh.
So, I'm afraid some of it's wrapped up.
Right.
But we've got a
Still
few
cool though. You've got,
twos.
yeah, you have.
And the reason I've got 3 of these is because the middle one, which I imported a year or 2 back, came in and the guy dropping it off couldn't he couldn't figure out how to get it off the pallet, so he started like holding the machine and like kicking down on the pallet, and I'm like, dude, that's strapped down, what are you doing? And he managed to separate the side of the game.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Long story short, it still plays and it plays beautifully,
right?
But I'm just really picky, anally retentive, if that's the right phrase, if I'm not kind of landing myself in hot trouble. So this is going to be my pole position too. There's no monitoring this at the moment. I'm going to transfer the guts of both this and maybe the control panel of the other one into one, and then sell off the parts. So I might even gift, genuinely, because I know there's a guy out there looking for him, but I've promised some bits too. So
oh, that's a shame, isn't it? What the hell was he thinking?
There, Alex.
Oh yes, yes.
Unfortunate orange T-Mold.
Yeah, well that can come off, can't it?
I mean, as much as I love Todd, he's got a penchant for blinging his games.
I know, I don't like it.
Like, mate.
I put yellow T-moulding on my electrical MIDI for rescue, and I absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
And I've glued it on. I've got to fucking pull all that off now.
What T-moulding on for?
Well, because I was lazy. I didn't want to get the router. I was going to fill it all in, router it, and I couldn't be bothered, right? And then I thought, I'll just fucking glue it on. I've learned a big lesson. Right? I think we all learn lessons in life, don't we? That was a stupid one. Yeah, that can come off. As long as it's not glued on.
No, it's not. It won't be glued on.
Oh, mate, definitely.
It's in really fantastic
Oh,
condition.
mate, I love it.
Plain blind. I've not plugged it in yet, but it was bought from Coin-Op, plain blind.
Yeah.
And it isn't, but it went through TNT's hands, so they've gone through it at some point relatively recently.
Right, okay.
They've got all the stickers.
It'll have all new power supply in it then, probably, would it? Or...
I had a quick glance, not quite sure.
Yeah.
What we'll do, we'll have another look another time.
Yeah, definitely.
This is a Zookeeper.
Oh,
which
mate.
is being sold.
You're getting the real classics.
Well, it's being sold on, mate.
Is it?
I wanted one for ages.
Yeah.
Had it in the house, played it for God
You
knows
didn't
how long.
like it?
No, I love it, but I ain't no good at it. So,
Oh, mate. It's an awesome game.
it is. It is. I'm trading up to other stuff, and I figure if I don't, as much as I wanted it, and as much as great a game it is, if I'm not enjoying it, what's the point?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not going to keep it for the sake of keeping
glad to have got to know you, because, you know, there's a lot of nice games coming through your hands I would have had.
Mario Brothers, that's going off to...
I'm not a fan of Mario Brothers.
No, neither me.
No, don't like it.
No.
I don't care if it's Nintendo, it's a shit game.
Well, you'll be able to play that at arcade club.
Yeah, I don't play it. No, I can play it on the NES. Do you know what I mean?
Robotron Cocktail down there.
Yeah, Robotron Cocktail.
That's one of the Gastown Warehouse new in box ones. Quite clearly, it's not in its box at the moment.
Yeah. I hope you've kept the box, have you?
I haven't. The guy I bought it from, he lost the box.
Oh, it's not new in box anymore,
Ain't got no proof,
it?
is it? No. But I've toyed with selling it at various points because it's worth a certain amount.
Yeah.
Well, I just can't.
Well, it's the amount of gameplays it's got on here would tell is what people are looking for, right?
When am I ever going to find another one?
Yeah.
In as it is immaculate, like you could eat your dinner off it.
Yeah.
I'm never going to find another immaculate. No. So and it works at home. I've got space for it at home, which I swap it.
It's one of the best arcade games ever made.
Yeah, it is. It is. And for that reason, I actually don't think I'll ever sell it.
Yeah.
Along with my cabaret, I won't ever sell that.
I used to have the cocktail version. It didn't quite fit through the door. I had to get it through on its side.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a fucking nightmare, yeah.
Would you live in?
Oh, well, my old place had a tiny little games room. Absolutely tiny. And, you know, actually, when I built it, it was supposed to be an office. But then I got into the hobby and it turned into a games room.
Yeah, for sure.
But, yeah, I regretted selling that.
I really like playing Robotron on a cocktail. Most people are like, oh, you can't play it. But you can.
Yeah.
And it's got some... When you sat down playing, it's got like... It's got more heft to it.
Yeah.
So, because Robotron's a really physical game.
Yeah, out of all the cocktails, the Williams ones are some of the best to play on.
Right,
and I've got some of my best scores on the cocktail.
And that's got the full size monitor, unlike the Defender and the Stargate, which have smaller monitors for some reason.
Yeah.
That's got the full size.
I've never played Defender on a cocktail. I don't know what that's like.
I haven't played it, but it's I can't imagine playing that on a cocktail. But that works. That works.
Oh, Zookeeper, man.
It's like, I mean, it's bits and bobs. There's a missile command over in the corner.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
Which needs
missile command over there.
Ostensibly working, but I've not fired it up.
Another pinball at the back there.
There's a black hole and there's a Black Knight 2000 pin back there. But as you see, I mean,
I'm just creaming over his tempest.
I like to wrap stuff up and keep it. If I'm transporting it, I will make an effort to, even if it's just from my house to here, I'll wrap it up so nothing happens on the way. You know, what's the point?
Oh, they're well wrapped, mate.
Yeah,
well wrapped. Absolutely fantastic. What have you got a Grail cab you're looking for now then? Is there one game you really want?
Yes.
Well, there's probably a few, is there?
A Tron, actually.
A Tron.
Which I've just found in great nick, and that's going over to TNT for a go through. But to be honest, I think a Grail game would be Bagman, but it's not necessarily a Grail cab.
No, but for you, it means something. Yeah,
it means something. It means a lot. The Robotron Cabaret or Mini, which I've got at home, that I don't think I'll ever sell that. I mean, it's a bit maybe greedy to have two Robotrons, but
no, it's not greedy. I had 3 sheriffs at one point.
But I want a 3 politician too.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I mean, I kind of Mad Planets.
Mad Planets.
Is a favourite.
Yeah.
I think you know, Tron Legacy pin, which I've got at home. I've been looking for one for ages. Finally got one. Play that all the time.
And that's a good game, isn't it?
I think it's fabulous. It's a John Borg game.
Yeah.
And I think he did. I'm not really au fait with a lot.
Got the Daft Punk music to it, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's modded up to all hell. And it's got the Flynn's arcade sign, and it's extra LEDs, and it's a limited edition.
My girlfriend loves pinball, but it's just finding the right theme for me. Actually, Tron would be a good one.
This is the thing. For me, with pinball, I mean, I've got to enjoy the game, but I want the right theme as well.
Yeah, because I mean, we both really like Bride of Pinbot.
Okay.
But, you know, you put your feelers out there and people say, oh, you'll get bored of it within a month because the gameplay is just a bit of a one-hit wonder. But the cab's beautiful, the sound effects are amazing.
Yeah, I agree.
But if you're going to get bored of it, then what's the point?
I've always wanted a Spectrum pinball table. It's the most it's a unique game, which is essentially a version of Mastermind, I believe.
Right.
Check out TNT's videos. I keep mentioning Todd and TNT, but
Yeah.
he had a video with the Spectrum on, and it's a bizarre off-the-wall puzzle / pinball game.
Right, okay.
Beautiful game.
I'm gonna check that out.
But no, there's no real grail cabs as such.
Yeah.
I kind of if something takes my fancy, and I'll track it down.
Yeah.
And then I'll either keep it because I really do love it.
And your idea would be
or
to
I'll
have
sell
a
it.
games room eventually.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it? You know,
Like
I
everybody,
do. I've got a little
right?
mini games room at home.
Yeah.
It's also an office.
The same as me, mate. Mine's tiny. I've only got 4 cabs in there, and I've got the rest in the garage. But you know,
at the same time, there's only so many hours in the day.
yeah,
And if you really want to spend some time with a game, you're only going to switch it on once or twice a week.
yeah.
Maybe spend an hour with it.
Yeah.
I mean, how much we haven't got the time to
We
live
don't.
in arcades, have we?
We don't.
As amazing as it would be.
It would be,
In my
wouldn't it?
head, that's where I live.
Yeah,
Right?
same here.
Yeah.
It's all like, I go to work in the morning, get the arcade podcast on. When I get
Yeah,
home, watch
for sure,
YouTube.
right?
Then
Yeah.
I put the game on. It's like you're living it. Living the dream.
What were arcades back in the day? They were, it was a communal experience with
Yeah.
your mates or against a foe or whatever. You put your quarter down.
Yeah.
Community, companionship, friendship.
Yeah, but
that's what it is,
And
right?
this is what it is for me now. It's meeting people like you, we've got something in common that not a lot of people have. And like, why are you into this old stuff?
Yeah, I
but
get that.
you appreciate it like I do. I love coming here today and seeing your collection. You've got a fantastic collection, and it's been absolutely brilliant. It's really,
I've
really cool. And that's what I love
rambled
about
on
the hobby. Huh?
I'm sorry for ramble on enough.
No, you don't at all, man. I love it. Yeah, it's great. Well, should we go and play a game before we go? Let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
Right. I'll cut it when I just kill myself off.
It's a shame we can't switch the lights off, but you can.
That's alright. I'm gonna just kill myself off.
Merry Christmas, Alex.
Yeah. This is my.
I mean, if
Christmas
it was free, it would have been Merry Christmas.
Right, here we go, guys. This is Gorf. This is my latest pickup. How cool is this? And what we're going to do is just coin up down here. Hear that speech? Love it. Screen's in fantastic condition. All working. So you've got the first screen, just like Space Invaders. And you can fire as many times as you like, but your bullets stop halfway up. So you have to just let that first bullet go, then fire again, and it'll go all the way up the screen. I love this game. Reminds me of Little Hampton, Smarts Amusements. Must have been about 7 years old. This came out 1981, was it? 1982? Is that what year it is, Rich?
Yeah.
1980.
Yeah,
1980.
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I'm still alive. No, I'm not. I've only got one more to kill. Oh no, we're on to the next screen.
Are you really going to do that control panel? See, that's why it got worn off. Look where your hand is.
I probably will get a new one. You can get a new one. I'll do like mine.
Like the whole thing.
Yeah. There's a,
Well, then sell one back to me. I'll buy it back from you.
Yeah.
This one, if you get it replaced.
Yeah, I like to have instruction decals. I mean, I don't mind a bit of patina, I mean, a lot of my cabs have got that, but I do like the instruction decals to be seen. Look at this. Fantastic game. It's a bit like Galaxians.
That's a few games in one, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's its own game. It's just the way it feels completely different to Galaxians. The way you can move up the screen. And here you've got to shoot the guy in the middle. I don't know how many you're supposed to shoot, but it's quite a lot. And they so slowly sort of circle around, get bigger and bigger, faster. Got to get to the end of the level boss. Oh, see that coming. One more life. Come on, let's do it. Yes. Got to the mothership. Oh. Well, it didn't last long there, the flagship, but that's it. That's Gorf. A fantastic game. Really chuffed with that. Really, really cool. Gorf, man. It's there. It's in. One golf in the cab, loaded up. Mate, it's been an absolute pleasure coming here and seeing your collection.
Cling on. It's a game.
And thank you so much, man. It's been awesome. And I'm sure we'll meet again. I'll get you on the WhatsApp group. And you've got to come to UK VAC meet as well.
Yeah, I will do. I will do.
Yeah.
I've been threatening myself to, not anybody else.
Get more involved.
Yeah, it's time, isn't it?
It's time.
It's time, and I'm quite an insular person, but I'll
That's
get
all
out
right.
there eventually.
Yeah, that's cool. We'll get you involved.
Yeah, all right.
Cheers, Richie.
No
nice
worries,
to meet
mate.
you, man. Take care. There you go, guys. Richie's collection, absolutely fantastic. Got some really cool games that I would absolutely love in my collection, and he's got loads more other stuff as well that we didn't get to see. So maybe I'll do a part 2 in another video. But I've got to say a huge thank you to Rich for letting us see his collection. Absolutely fantastic, mate. Love the Bagman, love the Mad Planets. Love to own all of those games. Really, really cool. So thank you so much for that. And great to meet you and have you on board. Really looking forward to the UK VAC meet, which is happening in May. So guys, I've just posted on UK VAC. If you're a UK VACer, a meet that I'm organising in May. It's a little bit further south this time, which I'm really pleased to announce. That'll be coming up. We're getting some collectors together to bring some awesome arcade machines to the event, and hopefully you guys can come along. It'll be a real family event, so I'm really looking forward to that. And hopefully in my next video I'll do a golf video, because you didn't really get to see the gameplay in this video, so that will be my next video. And thanks everyone for subscribing and watching this channel. Give us the old thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys.